Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
Hey guys, welcome to the day 4 of CSGO map making workshop, and today we'll be discussing on the topic of lighting and skybox, yeah, and maybe I think the advanced brushes, yeah. So those of you guys who don't know, basically this is a map making workshop where I show you guys how to design a CSGO map. Obviously, the pre-requirements or the prerequisites are you should own CSGO and should install CSGO SDK, the software. I'll just show it to you guys once again. You go to library, इसकी hover your mouse there, tools and CSGO SDK, and then once you launch CSGO SDK, open Hammer World Editor. So just a small quick revision that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so what we did last week was I just showed you guys how to add props in the map, how to add decals, all these graffitis like the 4K by Colzera, how that was added in Mirage, and the buy zones and spawn points, like pretty basic stuff. Anything that you require, the prerequisites of making a very basic CSGO map. So we have covered all of that. So now we're going to move on to the advanced parts. So we will be talking about lighting and I think skybox also. So right now let's just start with advanced brushes. So there at times you have to like create some special kind of brushes, like cylinders or different, a bit complicated, a few complicated objects. So I'm just gonna like consider we have to create a cylinder over here, a brush cylinder with some sort of textures on it. So first I open my texture tool and I'm going to open node draw. So I have selected node draw here, and okay, so I have so why I've chosen node draw is so that it's optimized. You always want to, whenever you create a block, you should make sure that it's always on node draw, so that one second, is my camera lagging, guys? Hold on, guys, let me okay, I think my camera is lacking. I think I'll stream without the camera probably. I don't know, let me check. I'll just try to restart it. Is it better now? Let me know in the chat. I think it's lagging. I can see it. I'll just go to a short commercial break and I'll just check it out. Okay, I think I'm back. I hope the camera is better now. If there are any problems, just let me know. So continuing on, so like we're going to construct a cylinder, right? A node draw cylinder. So I'm just going to open up the block tool. Sorry. I've selected the texture node draw by default. So when you click on the block tool, if you go on the right, there's something like move selected, and then there's categories of primitives and block. So you would want to select it as cylinder. Okay, so since you selected the object as cylinder, so block is like by default there. It's the the first one. You like if you want to try an arch, you can choose arch, you can choose sphere, spike, whatever. So you want to create a cylinder, right? And now the number of edges that you want to be there, you can choose that number. Okay guys, I think the camera is lagging, so I think for tonight's stream I'll just switch off my camera. It'll be better. Yeah. So let's just say that you want to create a cylinder, right, of with basically 8 edges. So like right now the number is 8, right? I'll just show you what it looks like. So whenever you want to create a cylinder, you would usually want it to happen in the top view, since if you want a vertical. But if you want it like if you want the cylinder to come like this, like sleeping, like pipes, then you'll have to do it in any one of these grids, side one or the front one. So I'm going to take the consider the top view. I'm going to create the cylinder like this, and since my grid size, snap on grid, is 16, so every time I just move around, it's like usually like this. Now the thing with cylinders is you should always make it like always make it in a square form. Hold on, just someone's messaging me. I'll just switch this off. Sorry. Oh, why did my CS go? Oh, okay, so never exit Steam like that. I'm gonna go back. Sorry about that. So let's just go back into our tutorial. Okay, so as I was saying, we're going to create a cylinder, right? So I'm just going to quickly go to node draw, and I'm going to create a block of cylinder. 8 units, and as I said in the top view, if you want it to be like a vertical cylinder like this, I'm just going to create it like this. And usually you want a cylinder to be a square from the top view, of course. So I'll just show you guys how it looks like. I'm going to press enter now. So it's going to look like this. You can see that there are 8 number of edges. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. See, from the top view it's 8. So obviously if there are more edges it looks more smoother, so I'm just going to make more than 8 edges. So I'm just create another one but with 16 now. So you can see it looks a bit more smoother, you know, like more of a cylinder. Let me just create another one. Okay, let's do if the bigger the grid, that it means that if you make it 64 by 64, the bigger the better it looks. Like, see, I'm gonna make this 32, or like, yeah, 32 will become a bit more. You do not, okay, so there's the formula. So whatever is your square size, 64 by 64, you do not want to keep the thing by like the unit over here, half of it. You want to keep it less than that. So I think 16. And yeah, powers of 2, please powers of 2. Don't even ask why. Powers of 2 only. Okay, so here I've made it for 16 units. Now I'm going to make a same cylinder but with 8 units over here. Alright, you can see it looks more blockier and choppier than this one. The only difference is that when you compile the map, this consumes more memory and VBSP, and it becomes a bit more heavy for the map. But that's the case when you make bigger maps and, you know, more professional level ones. Okay, but you can always make it a func detail. As I said, func details are used for optimization. You select an object, it's a world object. So press Ctrl T, it becomes a func detail. So func detail overlooks it, it becomes like a detail. It's not an actual wall or something. It's like, it's just solid for you. There's no meaning to it, like gameplay wise. So right now, and this one is blockier and this one is more smoother. And now since I made a no draw, the reason is because there are some surfaces that you don't want to, you know, have problems with. That's actually with arch, not with this. The cylinder, if you texture all surfaces, it's fine. So now I'll show you guys how to texture the cylinder. Let's just put like something like concrete. If I have any concrete sort of textures here. Let's see, I can just set up this. Okay, now I'll just show you guys about texture alignment. Since we come to this topic, I will show you guys about texture alignment. So basically with the cylinder is that it has 16 different surfaces over here and 2 on top, 1 on top and 1 on bottom, so total 18. This has 16 edges, right? So we have done 16 different, like, textured the surfaces, and now it looks a bit misaligned, if you can see. So just consider one point. Remember that you're starting from here. Hold Alt and right click over here. Now I'll just show you guys the difference, and I'm selecting the next texture and holding Alt, next texture and holding Alt, and like this, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna like make a whole round, like you go on till the end, till where you started. It's not always gonna be perfect, but at least it'll be better. Now I'm gonna do the same. I'm not going to do alignment. I'm just gonna keep it like as it is over here. There I am not aligning the texture. Basically aligning the texture means it follows each other, like it follows the previous wall. So like it's a bit complicated to explain again. Like, I think I'll have to create 2 blocks over here to show you. Let me just create 2 blocks over here to show you guys what does texture alignment really mean. Texture alignment is actually, you know, it's a very minute detail, but those with OCD like me find it very vital. Okay, now this is a very common error that people do in mapping. Yeah, sorry Sachit, I think my camera has been broken down tonight. I'll try to fix it before the over stream. Yeah, so what I did was, without looking what was my pre-decided object, I made it cylinder. So I obviously created a cylinder, and this looks horrible. You'd never want that in Hammer. You'd never. So I'm just going to shift this to block, and I'll have to delete this object, of course. And now I'll just create another object here, and it should be fine. So never forget this. Software name Sky. Basically, you go to your Steam. Alright, you go to your Steam, you go to Tools, and you choose CSGO SDK. Once you open CSGO SDK, open Hammer World Editor. So the software name is Hammer World Editor. So now I'm going to create 2 blocks over here. Yeah, now let's consider like a wall over here. Let's just put like 2 textures. Okay, now say somehow this is the value of 100. Okay, somehow your map ends up having these textures not aligned. They're not, you know, continuous. It's not like looking continuous. That happens sometimes when your texture lock is not enabled, and whenever you move it around, it will just change its alignment. Let me, yes, Sky, it's not, if you own CSGO, then only you can download it. So yeah, it is free, not technically free, but you should own CSGO. Yeah, so if you have CSGO, you can easily download it. You don't have to buy this software separately, you just need CSGO. Okay, so now, um, as I said, now if I have this texture lock tool disabled, now I'll just show you what happens. Now just look carefully, let's look in the camera. Alright, see, I'm gonna shift this. If you can look at the texture properly, it's moving itself. Alright, it depends on the map you're making. If you want it like that, great, but if you want to keep this face as it is, click on the texture lock tool and then just shift this here. See, it stays as it is, it doesn't move. Whatever you move, it stays as it is. That's what texture lock does. Texture scale is the second tool. So now basically if I expand this block somehow, you can see the texture doesn't get expanded, it's just tiled, copy pasted. If you have CSGO, bro, just go to your Steam library. For the third time saying it, but I'm okay. Go to tools and look for Counter-Strike Global Offensive SDK. Install this software. That's it. Okay. So as I said, so when you expand it with texture lock disabled, which is by default there, it will become like tile. It will continue your texture, which is good. But if you let's just go back, and if you enable texture lock, now watch carefully what happens. I have enabled texture lock, right? So now if I'm expanding it, the texture also expands. So that's what scaling texture lock means. So I think I taught you guys what is texture lock scaling and texture lock exactly. Now I'm gonna put this back here. Now I'll show you how to align these two together. Somehow you have this in your map and you want to align it. Hold Shift plus A. Say you want to align it from this surface. So click on this surface. Hold Alt and right click. This will align it together, as you can see, perfectly aligned. So it looks like one. Alright, so that's how you align the textures. Now why it's so critical with cylinders is that the cylinders look uniform, like actually there's a brick here. Over here if you see, it's not properly aligned, so it looks very weird over here. As we'll go in game, you'll be able to notice it. It's a very minute detail. So basically what you do with the cylinders is that each surface you select one surface, which are you want to start with, like this one, and hold Alt and right click here. Select the next surface, hold Alt, right click. Hold the next one, hold Alt, right click. You're holding Alt all the time. Alt is basically used to align the textures. Alright, so we did that. So we created a cylinder. Now let me show you the arch tool very quickly. You click on the block tool, change the objects to arch. Arch is a bit complicated, and I would suggest you to always create an arch in the top view. Always in the top view. So create a block like this, however you want in the grid, as I had said. And yeah, you can change the height. Only what matters is your top view. I would suggest to keep your arch maybe a square, but yeah, it's up to you. Arch you can do whatever you want, but in the side view and the front view it doesn't matter. Arch is always created on top view. Press enter. This arch properties is a pop-up that comes up. I'll be explaining each of these right now. So if you guys don't know what an arch is, it's basically like an advanced kind of an object which you can fiddle around with. So wall width basically means the width of each block inside the arch. So if I decrease it, just change the wall width to 8 and click on preview, you can see it becomes thinner. If I make it 32, it becomes thicker. And obviously since it's 64 units and 32 wall width, it will cover the entire block. That is why it's showing like this. So you should be, keep checking with the preview but thing. Now making it 8. Now number of sides means how many number of these blocks are there. So basically what an arch tool actually is that it creates multiple brushes. Once I create it, I'll show you what it means. Now I'll click on circle. I'll click on preview. So basically this creates a hollow cylinder. What we created over here was a solid cylinder. This is a hollow cylinder. Now what it did was it changed the arc to 360. Now if I change it to 180, it will just draw a semicircle in that much space. If I click OK, so it will create in that much space, whichever you've created, a semicircle. But obviously if you don't want that, you can delete it, create another one. I already have arch selected. This 8 value doesn't matter. You can change it over here in arch property. Yeah. So I'm going to make this a circle preview. I'm going to make the wall width a bit. Okay, 8 is fine. You can change the wall width. Powers of 2 obviously. Number of sides also you can use different numbers, but powers of 2 are always preferable. Guys, in Hammer, whatever you do, powers of 2 is like true love. It's like Bay for Gaben. Alright, so number of sides I made 16, so it looks a bit nice. And okay, start angle is a something different. Now if I make this 90, actually it won't really matter over here since it's a circle. Let me show you if I make it a semicircle. If I make it a semicircle, right now it's starting from 0 degrees, that's from here. But if you wanted to say start from here like this, then you can change this start angle to 90. So it becomes like this. Honestly, start angle I never really use it because you can always rotate the object in the top view, so start angle is very useless. Add height is something very iffy, even mappers don't really use it. I'll still show you guys what it is. Let me just create one without height. I'll create it as a circle. Alright, so we have a perfect hollow cylinder here, as you can see. If you noticed carefully, these are actually 16 different brushes which are grouped together. That's how a cylinder, hollow cylinder is created, and that's how most of these advanced objects are created. So if I click over here, I'll show you the IG tool also. On top, click on the IG tool, and now you can select each of the brushes that were used to create this. Basically, these multiple objects were grouped together. I'll teach you guys grouping also. So now if I delete, if you want to delete certain parts of the object, you just click on IG and select it, and then if you want to select the entire thing again, and click on IG again, and now it becomes a group. Alright, otherwise, because before if you did not click on IG means independent grouping, then you would not be able to delete this selected part. Alright, okay, so now we've got this hollow arch or like a hollow cylinder, and I'll be creating another cylinder now with the same, like I'll show you guys what add height means. I would still tell you guys don't really use this add height, so I'll just show you guys what it means. It's stupid, but I'll just keep it there. So basically it's like spiral staircase. It looks a bit like a way more advanced object, but no one really uses. Okay, maybe in dust to stairs, which is very important. Dust to, I think, in the LT area, LT to UT stairs. So I think that's probably how those staircases were made. So if you can see, it's like a spiral with each of the brushes having a 4-unit gap above each other. Alright, 4 units gap. So if you can see, it's like 4-unit height, 4, 4, 4, 4. Alright, simple as that, very simple as that. That's what add height does, and as I said, no one really uses it, so you can choose not to use it. Also, when you're continuous mapping, once you're done creating an advanced object, go back to your block tool and change your object to block. Otherwise, when you're creating a normal brush, you'll just create another arch by mistake. It happens. It still happens to me. Alright, so now moving on, as I created the hollow cylinder, I would like to now, okay, now let's say you wanted like a pipe, sleeping on the ground. I'm just going to shift this on the other side a bit here, and now I want it to be like lying down on the ground like a hollow pipe. So I'm simply going to go to any one of these fields. I think I'll go with this one because I want it to sleep like this, obviously like that way. And now I click on it once. These 4 circles come, select one angle from which you want to rotate it, and voila, we have a hollow pipe. And then I'm just going to shift this down, as simple as that. And obviously it's a world object, so it doesn't follow physics as such. It won't roll off or anything. It's not a physics object, it's a world object, so it stays as it is. And I'm just going to expand this a bit. And yeah, one thing with arches and cylinders is I would recommend you guys to not to do what I'm going to show you guys now. Never do this. Never expand a brush or an advanced cylinder or any pipe or anything. Never expand it. If you want to create a bigger one, simply make another one and change the properties. Don't expand an existing cylinder. It just fucks up everything. It's not good. Hammer doesn't like it. Alright, so keep it as it is. You can only you can fiddle around with the height, no problem. You can change like increase the height, decrease the height, but never mess around with this front part. Like you will see, it just goes off grid and it becomes overall very bad for hammer. Alright, so never do it. Even if you want to make it on scale it on powers of 2, never do it. Just create another one. Alright, so I'm just going to complete this hollow pipe right here. I'm just going to go back and select some concrete textures to give it a good look. So if you want, you can alt just like my method as I said, so that it's aligned, but at times it's okay. Like these textures, it looks fine, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to leave this as it is, and I'm gonna choose another texture here, maybe like this one. I'm just basically painting it, and I obviously make it a no draw so that you can nicely paint it. So I'm just making a nice rim here to make it look good. Yeah, and now the outer part is left. So the outer part I will be texturing with another color, which I will look for right now. This is the texture browser tool. All the you can use the default CSGO textures, whichever you like. It's up to you. You can obviously get custom ones from gamebanner.com, or you can make your own. Making the own textures will be taught in an advanced tutorial, maybe later on. Yeah. Okay, let's just go with the blue one. Yeah, that's it. Simple as that. So we've created all the pack. Hey Jitesh, thank you. Welcome to Tractornet. Thank you for subscribing. Check out all the links down in the description. Okay, so now let's see. We created this. All right, I showed you the 2 cylinders. So, okay, so we've completed the brushes, the advanced brushes. Now I think I'll show you guys the vertex tool once, and then we'll move on with lighting and skybox. So um, when you want to create a bit more advanced object in your own way instead of using the primitives, actually those cylinders are all primitives, like by default made by Valve, whichever. If you want to create your own ones, just create a block, let it be as it is, then click on the vertex tool. This is the last tool that I have to explain. So basically now what you can do is you can adjust certain points of it. Now let's say you want a really complicated object like an octahedron or something like that, I don't know. Let's just make it a complicated object. I'll just show you guys. Somehow it ends up. So if you select from the top view, if you notice, it selects both the vertices, the top and the bottom one. But if you select from the camera, it will select only one vertex. So now I'm just going to move this inside like that. Then I'm going to select this one and move this inside. So basically I am creating my own object, like more customizable. It's not primitive. Alright, now if you notice, it becomes a different object, like a tooth or something, a bit different. If you look at it from the side view also, it is possible using the clipping tool and all, but it is preferably better to use a vertex tool. Alright, now you can also expand different parts of it. You not necessarily have to work with the top view. You can always work with the side and the front view. It always works out. You can also adjust the height, take it above, like if you want this to be sloped, this is like possible, but it's, yeah. Also these objects tend to be really complicated, and I would recommend you not to fiddle, like don't mess around much with this. Keep it as neat as possible, because if you fiddle too much around with it now, like if you just, like I'll just show you, if you just create it randomly like this, you just put this randomly like this, Hammer does not at all like this. You would never want to do this. Never make this, because it becomes very complicated. This brush surface is so complicated, it will have a problem with the Hammer engine. So always keep it on grid and keep it simple, right? So we've created a basic brush over here, and I'll just give it some texture. I don't know, maybe some wall texture that I have probably. Yeah, I just like to texture things. Also you can alt and align this also if you want, it's up to you. But this also becomes a bit of a problem. It just goes down the slope. Why? Because this brush is inclined. That is why this also texture goes inclined. So you should like refrain from using it. It's up to you. It depends on the map. Now I will just complete this quickly. So we're done with this part of creating advanced brushes. I've taught you guys the vertex tool. I've taught you guys what the cylinders are, advanced objects, etc. Okay, coming to lighting, your main part of why your map looks beautiful is your lighting. I'm just gonna adjust the map a bit so that you can see a bit of the outside of the world. Just gonna shift this down. I don't know why all this object. So basically I'm just decreasing the height so that you can at least see outside. The walls were too high before. Alright, so I'm just gonna place some flooring here. don't like it, so I'll just keep it like this. And since it's like this, I'll just increase the height over here and here. Okay, so now if you actually technically speaking, players can escape out of your map and jump into this null void and get lost. You'd never want to do that. You don't want that to happen in a map, and it's like a mapper's nightmare. So you always want to not let this happen. So I'm just gonna create like an invisible wall, or I'll just show you guys. Hold on. I'm just gonna create a player clip. So basically like an invisible wall, so that the players can't fall off the map and not go outside. So I'm just gonna use the tool texture called player clip, and I'm just gonna put this around the blocks. Okay, so I have a smarter way to do that. So you guys must have thought ki, okay, you just create another brush over here simply, right above it. One by one you'll create it over there. There's a faster way to do it if you know how the tools work, since it comes with experience actually. So I'm just gonna select these 4 brushes, alright, and I'm gonna go to any one of these 2 grids, not the top grid, the side grid, and I'm just gonna hold shift and copy paste this above. And now since I have the tool texture already selected, I'm gonna click on apply current texture. As you can see, all the 4 things become player clips. I'm just gonna make this taller now. As simple as that, very easy. You guys must have like spent 5 minutes creating each block, trying to create each and every single thing, but you can always do it like this. It's cheating. It's not actually cheating, it's just smartness and using the hammer very well and efficiently, of course. Alright, now since I've created the player clips, now the players cannot go outside of the map, but still if you should always, okay, your map is like a fish bowl. This is a concept by one of the true legends of mapping, so I'm going to reference him. So basically what he said is your map is like a fish bowl. If there is a crack in your fish bowl, like consider like the fish bowl as a soup. If there is like soup in your bowl, if there is a crack in your bowl, all the water leaks out, right? Your entire soup gets ruined. So a CSGO map is similar. It's the same thing. If there is a leak in your map, then your map won't compile and will cause errors. Now what is a leak is, whenever you map, you can see the black stuff outside, right? Where I'm moving my cursor around, like outside your map, this all black part. This is called the void or null. We usually call it void. We term it as void. So basically what the problem with void is, you never want like the players or not let the map escape to the void. You always want to cover it up. It can be can be done by using no draw, skybox, whatever you want. So you always want to avoid that. So to do that, you'll have to block your map and cover your fishbowl. Place something on top, or place some cover tissue paper around it so that it doesn't fall off, right? So we are going to cover our map. Right now it's going into the null. Why? Because the tool textures are invisible. Players, it's like it doesn't count. You can go outside. You don't want that. So I'm right now going to create like some blocks to cover this map up. I'm going to cover it up, because if I compile the map like this, it will be a problem. Alright, so right now I'm just going to expand this and just create so that I can cover the fishbowl. I'm going to be a bit quick over here because I want to teach you guys more and more. Try to teach you guys at least, so that like actually by now you'll be able to create a really good basic map. So I'm basically going to copy paste this over here, or I can do this. I'll show you guys the rotating tool. I'm going to create this and this. So I created 2 blocks. I'm going to copy this, paste it. I might be going too fast, but basically I just made 2 balls and I copy pasted it so that it gets rounded. And of course the problem is that it's overlapping, so I'm going to shift it outside. Yeah, perfect. So now I have made the entire map covered up. There is no leak. You cannot find the leak. There's no leaks. You always want to achieve this in your map, and there are ways to figure out if there are any leaks in your map. I'll show you guys, and leaks can be as minute as 1 unit. I'll show you guys what a leak is also. I'm going to make my grid scale smaller for testing purposes. So if you can see over here, I've made it 1 unit. So there's literally 1 unit gap which goes into null, this void. and this also causes a problem. I'm going to compile my map to show you guys exactly, and obviously don't run. Now there's going to be red stuff, yes. So to explain, you can read it. Load portals couldn't read, never mind, not this, yes, leaked, entity prop static leaked. So basically there's a leak in your map, there's a crack in a fishbowl. Alright, there's a crack. So you click on your map and go to load portal file. Oh my bad, load point file, sorry, load point file. Whenever there's a leak in your map, it will generate a point file. So you click on map load point file and click on yes, and it'll show a red line. So you want to see how the red line is traveling. The red line will come in all your four views, in your camera and your 2D grids. So if you can see, the camera is showing you, oh, alright, so it's going from here to, oh, it's going inside, oh, there's a gap, there's a leak here, okay. So then you can see it here also. It's so, even like tiny 1 unit gap is not good. You never want that. So you always want to cover it up. So to simply fix it, so you loaded the portal file, you saw the leak, okay, there's a leak here. Now I'll close it. Now you can compile your map and it should be fine. Alright, perfect. So I taught you guys about leaking. Leaks is like a very small topic, but it's really important for optimization. I'm sorry. It's not a small topic, it's a huge topic, but it's very important and it comes under optimization. So only 2 things I've taught in optimization, that is leaks and func detailing and node ROS. 2 to 3 things. These basic things are very important for basic maps, like these small ones. For obviously when you're using bigger maps, you'll have to use advanced tools like hints and brushes, etc. Okay, now I have created skybox. So basically, if you want to show in certain part of the map the sky, so you select the tool skybox texture. You go to your browser tool and click on browser and search for skybox, and go to the bottom. There'll be something like, hold on, it's a bit laggy, yeah, 3D sky, the tool skybox and 2D skybox. You always want to use this one. 2D skybox is the old one, it works, but we're going to use this one. And you want to surround your map wherever you want the sky to look, or wherever you want the sky to happen, you put the skybox texture. So just for testing purpose, I'm going to keep one surface as a normal block, like a wall or something, so that you get to know the difference. It's going to look weird, trust me guys, it's going to look really bad and weird, but yeah, testing purposes, as I said. So once you created your skybox, you want to choose, like, okay, if you notice in Dust 2 the sky looks different, in Nuke the sky looks different, in Cache the sky looks different. So what I'm going to show you guys is the different official skyboxes. So you search in Google Counter-Strike Global Offensive Skylist or CSGO Skylist. I'm going to put the link down in the description chat, so you can check it out. So basically over here you can check out all the different skyboxes that are available in the game CSGO. There's Embassy, Italy, Sky, and yeah, whenever you create a map, the by default skybox name is Sky Dust. So you can see the different types of skyboxes over here. If your map is in the night, such like in the night, so you can use the night skybox. Obviously you can use custom skyboxes from Game Banana, but it's preferable to use the default ones. So let's keep this like the dark, a bit dusty during the daylight. So I'm going to copy this name. So what you want to do is, if you like this skybox, choose the name above the skybox, copy it, go to your hammer, go to map properties, change the skybox texture name to the one which you selected, apply. So by default it was Sky Dust, as I said. So basically now it will actually select everything, so just scroll out and just select anything outside, so that you can unselect everything. So now you have changed the sky, and yeah, this red line is, if it's annoying, just click on map, unload portal, unload point file, yes, so it removes that. Now I have created a map with this colored skybox. Now if you notice these maps, CS Militia, DE Bank and DE Lake, these 3 maps, basically what this means is, these 3 maps, they use these certain values of this skybox. Now let's be explaining to you what each value is. We'll be dealing with different properties. So first you would want to go to your entity tool, just paste it anywhere, doesn't matter, double click on it or alt enter and create an env sun. Okay, so this is where your sun will be situated in your map. It's like a sun, but it doesn't give out any light. It's just there for aesthetic purposes. It doesn't emit light rays. It doesn't do anything. It's just for looks. So it's like some kind of a, if you look up in the sky in dust, you look towards the sun, there's just glow around it, right? So it feels more realistic. So that's what the sun is. Now you double click on it. Now if you see in militia, the ideal, so each property, if you can see, it's ideal sun angle, etc. is written. So the first one is ideal sun angle. You want to copy this value. So the sun angle means where exactly it is. So you go to your pitch, your roll. It's the entity's orientation. So this means like where exactly the sun is situated. Now you want to move on the ideal sun pitch. You copy that. You put it in your pitch. Apply. Alright. Now you go on to your ideal brightness. Yes, and this will be coming. This will the ideal brightness and ambience comes into the next part, the next entity there. So over here, we only use two things: pitch, your roll, and pitch. You can change the sun color to whatever you want. That's up to you. Make it yellowish, brownish. That's your choice. And you don't want to mess with the rest of the settings. You can change the size also if you want. You can change what else is there? Flags? No. HDR shouldn't really be used. You don't want to mess with material. Yeah, pretty much that. So now you're gonna save this. Now double click on this. Actually wait, go to your grid, select the env sun property, hold down shift and create a copy of it, and change the env sun to light environment. This is the most important part of your map. This is your actual sun which you do not see, but is the actual entity which brightens up your map. If your light env is not there, there's no light in your map. Env sun is just a sun in the sky which you can see, but it emits no light. The env, the light underscore env is the one which gives the sun. So that's why it has a sun kind of a look. This is the real entity. This is one of the most important entities in map making. You want to double click on it. So as we can see, since we copied it from env sun, the pitch, your roll, and the pitch properties were copy pasted into this. Why that? Because then it will think that, so basically the pitch, your roll, and pitch means the origin, or where exactly the sun is situated, from where you want the lighting to come. That is why we copy the env sun, so that all the property values are copy pasted, and so that it is actually like the sun is right there, so it's more practical. Obviously you can fiddle around with it, it's your choice. You can change the values to, if you want the sun's light rays to come down, point down, straight down, like the sun is right above you, so then that means every part of your map will be made bright. You would want to go to pitch. You can see it's right here, it's written in help. So whenever you are working with properties, if you want to know what each property does, just click on it and just see help. Most of them have helps. So downward pitch of the light from the sun, 0 is horizontal and minus 90 degrees is straight down. How you do that is just click here and do down. No, you don't want to do that. You want to select here, change the pitch to minus 90. Yeah, but that is the setting which you are setting now. It's not the one that's used in this map. This one, CS Militia, it's not there. So it will look a bit weird. So it's like your sun will be somewhere else and your light comes from somewhere else. So it looks very weird. That's why I would suggest you to stick to the settings that were given. So keep this as 0, 3 to 1 and 0, and this is minus 35. Alright, now change up. Now comes your next part, the ideal brightness and the ideal ambience. I'm just going to copy this, paste this here. Okay, you have to select and paste it here. Ambience, copy this, paste this here. So what these values I'll explain to you mean. So the code is red, green, blue and brightness, RGBB. The code is RGBB, red, green, blue and brightness. So more, if you want the map to be more bright, you can change the brightness value accordingly. And red is the values of the red. That is RGB values which you can use from pick color. You can always change the color. This RGB value will come. Press OK, those values came. But your brightness is what you select. So I'm going to just put this value back. Alright, now we are done. And the sun spread angle, the angular extent of the sun. So like if you want your shadows to be sharp, so you can change the value. You can leave it as it is if you want, it's up to you. And your final part is select your light underscore env, create a copy of it, create an env shadow, no, shadow underscore control, yes, I remember. Shadow underscore control, apply. So this will basically create your shadows. and why I did the copy paste thing is so that the property of the pitch is there, and you can change the color of your shadow. It's up to you. Make this like purple. I don't know if this works accurately, but yeah, we'll just give it a try. Okay, so I'm just gonna compile the map to show you guys how it looks like. Yeah, I'll have to start CSGO myself. Yeah. If you guys have any doubts, feel free to drop a message on a TeamSpeak server. IP is in the description, or you can just drop a message in the chat. I'll reply to you ASAP. If any basic doubts also you didn't understand how to create the brush or anything, I can help you out. Just waiting for the game to start. Yeah. Yeah, I'm MG too. Boosted. Now I'm gonna press console. It's gonna open today. Yeah, I have like a lot of content. Yeah, my game is gonna lag right now. I have like 1,000 maps. 1,000 maps in my maps folder. Rip sound. Yeah. Oh god, my game just lags because I have like 1,000 maps and like too much. Just too much content, man. I have to clean it one day. It's like like your desktop just has too much of random stuff. So it's the same thing for me, but in the maps folder. So basically, we are testing a map offline. Obviously, how it was map space the map name in console. I'm just gonna press OK. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly pause this and I'll show you guys. So as you can see, our map looks better. I mean, more realistic. This is like from Militia, as you can see. Skybox is like from the setting I chose. As you can see, this looks a bit weird. It's a huge wall, and that's like a skybox. It's just Kyle. And as you can see, our cylinders are there. As you can see, this looks a bit weird, but the smooth edged one with altered, aligned textures looks way better. And this is our cylinder. Jitesh asks, what inspired you to make maps in CSGO? Well, I've been mapping for 4 years. I actually started mapping in CSS. Like Drag to the community is a community from CSS based. So that time, our managing director, Amol Bharti, had suggested me to I used to make small maps back then, casual maps. Then Amol Bharti told me to move on and try to make better maps like Taj Mahal, etc. And I took it as a challenge. And I created the Taj Mahal in like half an hour. Since I have time, I think I'll just show you guys my Taj map if I have it. Yeah, I think we're done with today's content. I've taught a lot. It's better if you guys practice yourself. So I used to map since CSS. I used to make small maps, 2x2 rooms or 1x1. And then I was and then I joined D2D. When I came into D2D, Amol Bharti saw potential in me. He was like, alright, this guy is a mapper, he can do something. If we just give him the right direction and the push, he can do something. So he told me that, can you please create the Taj Mahal? I first said no, but then by 2015, my mind changed and I took it as a challenge. I'd improved slowly and I started making maps for CSGO. And I like to design stuff. It's my thing. I don't know, it's just like a hobby for me. It started off as a hobby and now it's like something serious. Anyways, so now as Amol Bharti suggested me to make the Taj Mahal, which I did. I'm just gonna show you guys. It took me like a month to create this. Sorry if my game's lagging a bit. I'll be trying to stay as put as possible. This Taj Mahal took me 1 month to make, believe me. From creating small maps like that tutorial one, as you can see, I used to make those small maps. And then Amol Bharti was like, you can do better. He always pushed me to the limits. That you can make the Taj Mahal. Anything is possible. I always rejected it. I said, no, it's too big, it's too hard. But it's like it's a dream come true. The day I completed the map, he told me it was a dream come true for him. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys around the map. I'll show you the soft version of it, like the there's some parts which I don't like this, so I wish to change, but yeah, like I can improve it on it, but already it's beautiful. Like I love these textures, the way the Taj Mahal looks like. And there's water also. I'm just gonna go down, and these are ropes. Yeah, this is water. Then I had created a hedge maze over here, and that's a mashal. I had to make this okay, yeah, most of these items that you see are brush made. I've made them using cylinders. I have used no props. This is brush made. Trust me, this is brush made. Believe me. I've made this block by block. This is a prop, although. And this is also brush made. These are small areas to peek from. That's also brush made. Sorry if my game's lagging. And this is like a mashal, like a torch, so that the place is lighted up. Yeah, so like this is, I mean, it was a very complicated project for me, but I could do it. And this is like a small maze that I made, to like make it a bit more competitive for 5v5. Yeah, this map is like 2 years old now, guys. It's 2015. Back then I made this. I'm just gonna move around the map to show you guys. If you can hear, I'm walking on grass. Since the texture is grass, you can hear the grass sound. Then this is a prop. It's a static prop. It doesn't move. And I had informed this in the previous lecture that, sorry, not lecture, the previous day, day 3. I have placed the player clip over here so that no players can camp behind. I don't want people to camp and be a nuisance to everyone. So it's like a huge invisible wall here. Then these are also brush made. All these staircases are all brush made. I'll show you guys that. And this is our old logo. Please ignore it. This is brush made. This is also brush made. Oh, I forgot to just show the actual map. I don't know, no clip. These are the lightings. These are different lightings. These are like ENV spotlights or point spotlights. And that's normal light. And EMV sprite. Those are like advanced lightings which we'll cover up in the last few lectures. Then this is like the tomb. I've inspired this from the real Taj Mahal map. So yeah. This map is good. I didn't see this map in DD servers. Actually, it's in a multi-mod server. And this is a pretty heavy map. It's like 15-16 MB, and to be honest, competitive wise it's too big, so it doesn't it's like it's just too big. Like CT spawn here and T spawn there is just too big, so it's not too competitive. It's just looks it's just for the looks and the aesthetic purpose and for the feel of India. There is a competitive map that I'll show right now. So the complication with this map for being played is that it's too big. It's too big, literally. It's too big. You can't, it's not playable. It's just too big. Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything else. Like if I put this in any server, the players will be like, it's too big. And also FPS drops, it's too heavily detailed. So I was told that the Taj Mahal looks good, but could you like make a small competitive version of it? So like, sure. So I made something called Op Taj Heaven. I don't know why I have so many different versions. So this is a radar. Basically, radar is something which I don't know. Yeah, you will like this map, Jitesh. I'll just show you.
Let's go, everyone.
Hold on. So this is Op Taj Heaven. This is so to overcome the complication of having a huge map. I just removed those two parts and just placed the Taj Mahal in heaven. This is a custom skybox that I got from Game Banana. And yeah, this is all brush made. As you can see, it's just the same map, but only the center part and different spawn points. And like a small camping area over here with DTD logo. This is also brush made. This is actually an arch. Yeah, actually, you can create this by the arch tool, or you can create a cylinder and cut it off using the clipping tool. I'm just going to use no clip. So I made ladders here to go up here and then up here. And you can actually climb up on this part. So this is the miniature one. This is actually meant for the deathmatch. Also, as a mapper, the only problem with this is it's too monotonous. Like it's just brown, brown and white. It doesn't look great. There's no color changing. You know, there's no different vibrance in the map. There's no digital vibrance, so it doesn't look that great. That's why it's not one of my best works, I can say. The one before that I just showed you guys, the Op Taj, the real one, that is some other level of brilliance. So I'm just going to show you guys the soft copy of this. Yeah, about that arena maps, it become too heavy. Like the Taj, if I just show you guys the soft version right now, it's just too heavy. Trust me. Taj, too many maps. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I think this one. The map is just too heavy. How to join channels in DDoD Teamspeak? Just connect. The link is down in the description. Just click on connect to the server. Contact if you want to create. Like there are public channels. You can go to those ones like the there's music channels, English music, Hindi music. There is Public Area 1 and 2. You can chill over there, or you can go back to chilling lounge, or you can go to if you want to create like a private channel with you and your friends, just contact any admin, he'll help you out. Yeah, coming back, so this is the soft version of the map I'm showing you guys. Okay, so these are a lot of trees, so they just cover up a lot of the map. So I'm just going to disable that by clicking on this tool, toggle models in 2D. So now you can see the actual brushwork that I had used for the map. As you can see, these are all, you know, actual brushes. As I said, these are actual brushes. I'm not even joking. These are actual brushes. I had to make this block by block. It took me now you know why it took me a month. You know, just look at it. How much? Like this is a cylinder. This is an advanced cylinder shape, and this is also cylinder with cut shapes. And then I had actually hit the limit of brushes, so I had to create some brushes and make them props. Like this is a prop now, I think. Yeah, no, not this one. Yeah, this is a prop. I had to make props because I had hit the limit of number of brushes. There is a limit. It's around 55,000. I had hit that limit. So yeah, Hammer has a limit. Then I had created a glass over here, some decal. This is the soft version of the map, as I said. So yeah, so now the map is too big, and like I can't really put this for arena or anything else because it causes it's just not good. It's not good. Like it becomes heavy. Client and arena, like, you know, 24 players, you have to create different arenas. It's just too big. It's a good idea, agreed, but it's not practical. Players will have, clients will have FPS drops, etc. So we don't want that. Okay, so I showed you guys my creations. I also showed you guys my Lego maps also before, you know, to take any inspiration from. Alright, so just to sum up today's workshop, what we did was we learned what was skybox texture. We created a skybox, and then we learned what are the advanced objects like this cylinder with 16 and 8, and then we created an advanced hollow cylinder, basically a hollow cylinder, by using the block tool, going to pyramid objects and changing it to arch. Then the arch having different properties, and then we created this advanced object using a vertex tool, so that you can create your own, you know, object with your customized shape. Then we created the skybox with the skybox texture, and then after that we changed the skybox to from sky dust to sky CS15 so that we can have better. Then we created the env sun, the light environment, and the shadow control, so that we can have a good you know, look of the map, the lighting. That's the actual thing, and we copied all these values from the CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Skylist. I created more really good op Lego maps. Jitesh, I will show you. Aim USP related I have not created. I had to, there were some bugs in it, so I had fixed it. Okay, so yeah, so we learned that, and we learned that you don't ever want to keep this wall, you will give it skybox. And we learned about leaks, very important, never forget about leaks. Map load point file. Alright, if there are no leaks, it will, your pop-up will come like this, so then you're good to go. Very good. Okay, so since Jitesh is asking if I've made op Lego, I'll just show you guys what are my past creations. Let's go to my workshop profile over here quickly. So this is my latest creation. These are the op Lego maps that I made. There's Tridust over here. Most of these maps are like 5-star ratings. Op Taj Heaven, as I showed you guys right now. Op Lego 16, Leisure Asia 15. This is my best map. I think I don't remember how many downloads are there. Oh god, 1,80,000. All right, that's good news. Like the last time I checked, it was like 1,20,000. Anyways, and AIM Dev Beach is my newest map. Please check it out, guys. If you've not checked it out, I launched this back I think 1 week ago, exactly 1 week. In the last map making workshop, only I told you guys to check it out. If you guys remember last map making workshop, it was like I had just published it, and now like at that time it had only 1,000 downloads, and 1 week I have reached I think 42,000 downloads in 1 week. So yeah, I mean the community loves my maps, so you guys can check it out. You can follow me to see whatever content I have. Just go to my this link which I'm going to putting down, so you can follow and follow me. Sorry to dishearten you, Jitesh, but Op Lego 2 and 2011 were made by someone else, but I improved on them. If you check out this map, Op Lego Fort, it's a revamped version of Op Lego 2. It's like, just try it out once. You'll find it better. I've given credits also to the person who made Op Lego 2. It's like an advanced version of it, which I personally liked. And Op Lego 2016 also is like advanced version of Op Lego 2011. It's written here. I always give credits to the right people. This you can just try it out once. All the links, like the follow link is there. You can just check out all my files, and yeah, obviously the community supports me. You can just see by the number of subscribers. So all right, okay, so guys, thank you for watching today's CSGO map making workshop day 4. You can check out the previous 3 days down in the description. The links are there. If you guys missed anything and watch those streams, this stream will also be uploaded later on if you guys want to rewatch the tutorial. And if you guys have any doubts, you can contact us on our Facebook page. You can contact us on any of the social media links. You can join a TeamSpeak server and ask any admin if you have any doubts. All the links are down in the description. And yeah, stay tuned. Like we will be going live with Overwatch in 10 minutes, hopefully with a camera. I'll be trying to fix it right now. So yeah, stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever we stream. And yeah, every Monday 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. we have map making workshop. I have not made maps like aim bots. I don't make heavy map, but my friends have made it. Like they're on my friend list. I've seen them. It's advanced map making. It's dealing with entities and scripts that comes under coding. Map making, I believe map making is like designing, but those guys used coding so that they can make maps like aimbots. That's a topic for another day. I'm much of a designer. Alright. Okay, JD, I'm coming. Great. See you guys.